This is the Southside School of Financial Freedom Market Report and Small Account Update for the week ending June 29, 2024. The market finished mixed this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average decreased minus 0.12% on Friday and was down minus 0.08% for the week. The S&P 500 decreased minus 0.41% on Friday and was down minus 0.08% for the week. The Nasdaq decreased minus 0.71% on Friday, but was up 0.24% for the week. Looking at the week, we can see that there were 9 up finishes versus 6 down finishes for the major indexes. On Monday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished up, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq finished down. On Tuesday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished down, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq finished up. On Wednesday and Thursday, all the major indexes finished up. And on Friday, all the major indexes finished down. How did you do? My small account finished minus 1.78% lower, but generated cash flow of 0.7%. Even when the market falls and or my account doesn't do well, I still get income or cash flow by selling covered calls and naked puts. This method does not only guarantee cash flow or income, it can also beat the S&P 500. I use a watch list to determine which options of stocks that I want to sell. A stock has to meet 5 criteria to be on my trading watch list. I will not reveal what my criteria are, but if you examine my list, you may be able to figure out the criteria for yourself. The last row, however, is my benchmark row. That is, I measure my performance against gold, silver, and the S&P 500. Looking at my watch list from the week, the strongest performer on the list was Lucid Group Incorporated, ticker symbol LCID, in the first column. It was down minus 2.25% on Friday, but increased 4.82% for the week. Lucid Group is a technology company that focuses on designing, developing, and manufacturing electric vehicles, EV powertrains, and battery systems using its own equipment and factories. The company has its own geographically distributed retail and service center locations. Lucid also offers its vehicles through direct-to-consumer online and retail sales. Lucid uses its in-house hardware and software to vertically integrate its design and engineering systems to develop their premier EV vehicle, the Lucid Air, a luxury sedan. Looking at a summary of results, you can see that Lucid has decreased minus 38% year to date. I did not generate cash flow from Lucid this week. I have in the past. I generated cash flow from selling 2 different option contracts, 1 call and 1 put, that ranged from $5.34 to $22.34. So on Monday, I sold a put for $22.34, and on Thursday, I sold a call for $5.34. That is a total of $27.68, which is not a lot of money, but the account is small. $27.68 in cash flow was 0.7% of my account value. With this system, the cash flow money is free and clear. You can take it out of your account and spend it or leave it in to build your cash balance and or invest it. If you want to increase the amount of cash flow, just use a larger account. So, for example, to 10x the cash flow to $276.80, use a larger account, and instead of selling 1 of everything that I sold, sell 10. This strategy is guaranteed to produce cash flow immediately in every week that it is applied. However, it does not guarantee the amount of cash flow from week to week, nor the value of your account. The amount varies and the account value varies. Despite the variations in amount and value, the goal is to generate cash flow and beat the S&P 500. Note, most professional money managers and their strategies do not consistently beat the S&P 500 every year. They usually lose, and they lose by a lot. Last year, this method beat the S&P 500 by about 12%. But in 2024, my account is down minus 18.93% versus 14.5% up for SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF. That's a difference of 33.43%. So yes, I am losing to the S&P 500 by over 33%. It is not unusual to beat the S&P 500 one year and then lose to the index the next year, which is what I am doing so far in 2024, as I am still trailing SPY by a lot. I am confident, however, that in the second half of the year, I will gain on the S&P 500 and beat it by the year's end. Tune in next week to find out what happens. Bitcoin Watch. Bitcoin lost minus 5.64% this past week, but it is still in a bull market. It is trailing a bit off of its all-time high. It is up almost 45% year to date. Some people believe Bitcoin is the most transformative financial asset in 1,000 years. I think the best course of action is to dollar cost average into the S&P 500 and dollar cost average into Bitcoin at a 30 to 70% ratio for the next 10 years and or up to when you have invested at least $10,000. In fact, I have implemented a similar strategy where I have a portfolio that is about 91% in a Bitcoin ETF. It is down minus 5.38%. What do you think? What is your strategy? Do you know how to produce cash flow every week and beat the S&P 500? Do you invest in Bitcoin, which may prove to be the smartest investment of the decade? As you develop, analyze, and implement your strategy, please check back to see how my small account and my Bitcoin dominant account performs against the S&P 500 from week to week by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.